Pivoting now to Washington, the U.S. Senate reached a deal to reopen the government. Joining us right now to talk more about that is Republican senior senator from Louisiana, Bill Cassidy. Senator, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So it sounds like the House has not totally finished this up yet, but what happens now, 19 days from now? Is anything going to be different?
Yeah, I think it will be. I think there's nothing like a hanging to sharpen a man's mind. I think Democrats now realize that Republicans are serious about border security. If they want a deal, they are willing to give on border security. I think, frankly, Republicans are willing to address the issue of the DACA kids. You put the two together, you can make a deal. So I do think there'll be something that happens.
Right. I mean, that sounds great, but, it sounds easy to talk about. You know as well as anybody, getting it done could be a totally different story. In the last hour, the prospect was raised that it could be House Republican members who don't feel comfortable with defense spending levels, for example. There's a lot more roadblocks ahead, potentially, aren't there?
Yeah, our democracy is messy, but we actually continue to get better. And if you look at the economy, I've been listening to your feed, the economy is doing fantastic. So as much drama as there was about the tax bill got enacted, and now we're seeing the benefits. I'd like to think that's what will happen going forward on these other issues, too.
And we're looking at the voting taking place right now on Capitol Hill there. So as we understand it, a lot of this, will come down to immigration for striking the next deal. Previous Graham-Durbin plan has been, quote unquote, put to bed. What might the next bill look like? What needs to be in there as far as you're concerned?
Yeah, the president has said that there's 4 pillars. And of course, the DACA and the border security are 2 of those. Chain migration's another. If we can address those in a way which is not so expansive that it falls apart, but is focused enough on those 4 issues, and that is something which has been agreed to on a bipartisan basis, then I think a deal can get done. Schumer is saying he's willing to give on border security. That was the president kind of, you got to do it for me before I go forward. That, to me, at least indicates movement.
We know you have to go and vote yourself. Last question, is there going to be any issue raising the debt ceiling come March?
I don't know that. Obviously, people will look as how do we address our debt and deficit issues. On the other hand, if you have 3.5% growth, if you have a 3.5% growth, as we formerly did before the Obama years, you actually take care of a lot of our debt and deficit. I'd like to think that what we're seeing now will play into how we address that issue.
Growth cures all evils. We'll see. Senator Bill Cassidy, thanks for joining us. We'll let you go.
Thank you.